lovely day, a good morning to you. You know, it's beautiful here at Messinahoff, and we're really going to enjoy talking to you about barley and telling you about all the wonderful things that we are doing this year.
So, we come once a month with our culinary view and the ingredient that we would be harvesting during that month. Mike Bedreen is our master gardener.
Barley.
And he has written an article about barley.
Oh, I love the little grittiness in your palate. It's lovely.
You can find all of this information on our website at MerBon.com. It's MER-BON.com.
Yeah, now please subscribe, because that allows us to expand the wealth of information that we are providing you, because we know that food and wine pairing is fun.
It is fun.
It's fun, and the world of wine is fun. Travel is funner. How do you like that word? Funner. It's a new word I just made up. Funner. It's great to be traveling the world and seeing wonderful things, usually about wine and food and historical places and things like that. You know, this year we're going to actually take 32 of our closest friends to Croatia. We have our own yacht. Whoa, our own yacht with wetsuits. Wetsuits in the water, beautiful islands of the Croatian region. Just gorgeous. You know, Croatia used to be part of the Venice complex. So it's very Italianish. How do you like that word? Italianish. And so there's Italian cuisine in Croatia. And we'll have our own personal chef. So if you want to go with us to Croatia, you better let us know right away, because there's only a few cabins left. There's only 32 folks that can go on this trip. And then next spring, we're going to be taking 80 of our best friends to Bordeaux along Amma and see all the beautiful first growths, second growths in Bordeaux. So, speaking of barley, let's talk about it.
So barley is the grain that we're going to be talking about for this month, and it's not one that we normally think about. It's something that's been on our pantries for generations. We don't really know a lot about it, and Mike did a great job of writing the article with historical references on. It's like 9,000 years old.
It's like an ancient grain.
It is an ancient grain, and more commonly
older
used
than me.
in soup.
It's that old.
Well, he actually had a really cute little bit of trivia there, that the word barn actually came originally from barley store. That's where it originated.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Man, that's a
they
tidbit
use
right
so
there.
much
Wow.
barley.
Yeah.
And it was just a common ingredient. And like I said, it's normally in soups and in the beer and distillation process.
We don't want to talk about that. No, that's a bad word. That's a 4-letter word that's, all that bubbles and makes you just bloat. It's not like wine that makes you digest.
It's a very healthy grain, and it can be utilized in many different recipes. We've used it here as the base for a risotto, and it's I think for me it has a lot of texture to it. It's a little heavier than what we would normally use. So, and I love that. It's it gives you some extra flavor weight because it has a little more flavor than, say, rice or wheat that we've talked about.
So it can go both ways. It can go with a white wine.
Exactly.
And it can go with a red because of that extra weight.
Any wine.
It's got a little grit on the palate. And I enjoy it. I love when you make the barley risotto. It's really nice.
And I think, too, that the other interesting piece of information about that is, like other grains and starches, most of the flavor comes from what you add to it. And so this month we've done a mushroom thyme risotto. So the primary flavor weight will be the mushrooms. And we've used the wine that we're going to be talking about in the reduction that goes into the barley risotto.
And I think one of the keys of cooking mushrooms is not to overcook them. I think it's so important to marinate the mushroom. I think that's important because you get so much of the flavor, because a mushroom is like a sponge. It picks up all these beautiful flavors if you put the flavor in the pan along with the mushrooms. And then when you put the mushrooms on top of the barley, oh, what an influence. It's fantastic.
And I think in this particular recipe, you'll see that we've used the Chenin Blanc, which is a very light, delicate white wine.
Has a little hint of citrus.
And so it doesn't add a lot of flavor to the dish itself. But remember, you can choose your wine first, which we always recommend because we want to make the wine sing, and you want to be drinking that wine that you prefer.
While preparing the food. That is very important. There's got to be a positive incentive for the chef. Come on, will you? I mean, because, I love to cook. Why do I like to cook? Because I get to sip the wine before the meal. It's really nice.
So whatever wine you use, you can add additional flavor weight and change the flavor and texture of the risotto. And then because of the mushroom, and in this case, the mushroom actually, I sauteed in butter, made it a little crispy before I added in the wine to give it a little more texture. And it makes it perfect pairing for a big red as well.
Absolutely. So the two wines that we're going to talk about is the Leopard Chenin Blanc 24. Look at the distinctive label. Isn't it amazing? My mother loved animal skins. She absolutely adored them. And this is a leopard look to the label because the family's name is Leopard. And they are one of our best growers. We've been with them for years and years. We're now in their second generation of their vineyard, along with the second generation of our Messinahof ownership with Paul and Karen owning Messinahof now. And we get to talk to you people and take trips and be ambassadors to the Texas wine industry. So it's great to see the second generation here at the winery as well as in the vineyard. Beautiful vineyard. It's in Brownfield, Texas, right in the heart of Brownfield. It's in Terry County. About 70%, 80% of all the grapes that are grown in the state of Texas are grown in that one county, Terry County. It's amazing. It's about 22 miles south of Lubbock. So this is the Leopard Chenin Blanc. They've been growing it now probably about 15 or 20 years. So it's a very well-established vineyard, and the Chenin Blanc grows there beautifully, really nicely. And then the other example is the Cabernet Franc. Cabernet Franc is one that we introduced to Texas in 1991. We started producing Cabernet Franc. It's one of the major blenders in Bordeaux, but this is the noblest of all of the Bordeaux grapes. This is the father of Cabernet Sauvignon because, Cabernet Sauvignon and Sauvignon Blanc got married, and that's how it happened. It was an amazing marriage. But Cabernet Franc is the father of all this. It's quite amazing. So Cabernet Franc is they call it the ancient grape. So you have the ancient wine and the ancient grape. So you have ancient. It's pretty neat. This is really lovely. Cabernet Franc in many parts of the world comes off very light, almost rosé-like. And in Texas, it's because of the sun. The sun transforms all that beautiful color into the grape skin, and that's what gets into the wine as we incorporate it during the fermentation. And the wines have beautiful depth of color. And the thing that's unique about Cabernet Franc, there is an earthiness, almost the same kind of earthiness that you pick up in a mushroom. So it really has that a beautiful flavor. You get to almost feel like you're on the farm, and it's really special. So the mushrooms and the Cabernet Franc, wow, fantastic.
And the texture of the barley, that extra weight that it carries, also makes it really nice to pair with higher tannin wines because it gives it a more mellow flavor in the mouth. So I hope that you'll experiment with your own favorite wines with this recipe.
Be sure to subscribe.
and that you will enjoy the MerBon.com website and all the information that we have to share there. And we thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you each month.
Have a wonderful day and take care.
Thank you so much. God bless.